He's on the mic and he's ready to go. Noodle on his left, Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Wake and Jake in the morning, Wake and Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Good morning, Bakers. Hope you had a good weekend. Happy August. I think our last episode was in August too, but
last couple.
Sometimes you just gotta be dramatic.
A week ago was August 2nd. So
man, it goes quick, bro. Especially the Olympics, man. Disaster over here.
Yeah.
Just spilled a little water.
So you almost spilled on the papers you're gonna need soon.
I've spilled water and coffee already today. Before 10:30 a.m. Recorded some weekly dumb. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Yeah, I was doing a little... Man, with the Olympics being over, you're like, okay, so that was, 23 days or something like that? And that's done.
Yeah.
What have I done? I didn't win any medals. Yet. BBD, baseball is getting hotter in the streets. Some things we didn't think would be conversations. Potentially the American League East, the American League wild card is a biggest conversation. The NL East. Holy Toledo, your Cincinnati Reds. I know I got my guy Evan Phillips in the chat. Big Reds fan, my dude. We'll do some Olympics. We're going to do a lot of baseball. Basketball, Summer League, don't really care, right? It's tough to do anything with that.
You didn't watch all of it?
Yeah. Not yet. Got that TiVo'd. People forget about TiVo. DVR really got the GOAT there. Excuse me?
People don't forget.
Football.
Soon.
They played a game. Peyton Manning was sweaty. The Hall of Fame thing. Did you see that picture yet?
Didn't see Peyton Manning be sweaty, but I
think you're gonna like it.
A lot of Hall of Fame stuff.
I think you're gonna like it. Look up Peyton Manning, sweaty Tom Brady. I think it's Tom Brady just twisting the knife. We'll get to that in a second. Bakers, let's do a tradition unlike any other. Let's do the game of the night and let's drink some tears because we've had, I think, 4 Yankee funeral episodes on Wake and Jake. I think we've had 4 Yankee funerals. Let's attend the funeral of a close friend. BBD, we are heading out to the Great North, Canada. The Toronto Blue Jays playing a really good brand of baseball right now versus the Boston Red Sox as their season. Holy smokes, are they spiraling. Nailed it. Ryu on the bump for the Blue Jays versus Garrett Richards. Blue Jays go up 1-0 in the first, but the Red Sox turn it on. Holy crap, Kevin Plawecki with a couple ribeye steaks through the first couple innings. Red Sox go up 7-2 in this game. Nice Sunday win, split the series, get your season back on track. Oh no, Vladito with the 2-run homer. Makes it 7-4. Red Sox pop on another one. Marcus Semien, sac fly is underrated. Love me some Joe's McFly. Teoscar Hernandez, underrated. Go look up his stats. And then BBD, it's 8-6. We're in the 8th. The Red Sox got this. Oh no, Springer dinger. George Springer, 442. You're going to want to watch the video of that one. He got all of it, and it was a fun one. Brainless Bravik scores on the play, BBD. It's 9-8. Jordan Romano would close it out for the Blue Jays as they win 9-8. Boston is searching for rock bottom right now. They keep thinking they're finding it, and they are not. Blue Jays win. They go to 60 and 50. Red Sox 65 and 49. Wow, only one game difference in the loss column. That's the game of the night. The game of the night is brought to you by Cushy Dreams. They're having some good Cushy Dreams in Toronto. They're relaxing. You know, they're enjoying it right now. They're kind of peaceful. They're winning a lot of ball games in the Great North. Great North is a cool nickname. I'm going to start saying that more. And if you're
able to drop that,
if you're the Red Sox, I mean, you might want the create, the hustle, the energy, and Cushy Dreams has all of that. It's CBD. Bakers, you guys know. I mean, we bake the algorithm. And if you want to bake fully legally, I know there's a couple rebels out there. This is the way to do it. It's CBD. They have indica and sativa strains that allow you to control how you're feeling. And if you haven't done it, guys, it could change your life. Change your life. Get more sleep. Get better sleep. How about that? Got a bulky knee? Give CBD a shot. Stuff's tested. It's the real deal. Cushy Dreams has been with us for a while now. We love them. Go check them out. CushyDreams.com. Promo code Jake. Jake. Dog's name. Jake. It's 20% off your next order. Could be your first. Could be your second. Could be your next. Ain't gonna be your last. CushyDreams.com. Promo code Jake. 20% off. Give it a shot. Like, if you're not, what are you doing? Why? Tell me why. I'll listen to it. That was the game of the night. BBD, I think, A, it was a good game. B, last talking baseball, I doubled down on George Springer. Got some looks from John and Trev. They thought it was a lazy play. George Springer's really good. George Springer's been a top 5 player the last 3 seasons. Think about that. Think about that a little bit. We don't think of George Springer in that light normally. And, man, I think we'll get into some standings a little bit, right, BBD? I mean, we do have Talking Baseball coming up later. Always. How about the Tampa Bay Rays? 4 games up, AL East. Best record in the American League. Glasnow's out. Morton gone.
traded Rich Hill for fun.
Traded Rich Hill for funsies. Snell traded. And there they are with the best record in the AL. They're 68 and 44. 8 and 2 in their last 10. Good record at home. Good record on road. Like, the Rays are such sickos. The Rays are such sickos. The Boston Red Sox are 4 games back of the Rays after, you know, kind of having control of the division for a little while. I won't say command, but control. They are now 4 games back of the Rays, and they are 2.5 games up on the New York Yankees. They are 3 games up on the Toronto Blue Jays. Yankees, Blue Jays, and Rays, both 8 and 2 in their last 10, while Boston is 2 and 8. That's a good way to come back down to earth. So the AL East has gotten a ton more fun. Right now, the Rays are out of discussion a little bit, but they do play the Red Sox. So I think off day today, and the Red Sox and Rays are playing 3 in Boston. It's going to be interesting, huh?
One thing that's sticking out about the standings. First of all, the 8-2-2-8. I believe the Yankees are also 10-3, and Red Sox are 3-10.
Right.
I just flipped over to the wild card standings. Boston's the road team if the playoffs were today.
To Oakland?
Mm-hmm.
How about
By
that?
games back, it's tied, but
Sure.
winning percentage.
It's still an impactful point.
Boston's played 2 more games, but
And man, oh man, you know, do what you want with these playoff percentage numbers. I remember, I don't think it was on the air. Maybe it was for Talkin' Yanks. You know, I think at one point Jim asked me the Yankees playoff odds, and it sounded like a cop-out. I said it's 50-50. Like, it either clicks or they do something different, Or if not, they're not. And we'll still see. Things are clicking right now, but they still have work to do.
There's ground still to be made up.
They're winning a lot of games. They're missing a lot of people currently. They're about to go on a road trip, which includes the Royals, which not as scary, but the Chicago White Sox, which they're really good in Chicago, Field of Dreams game. So we'll see what we're saying about the Yankees in a week, as they're still missing half their team. Take care of Kansas City, because you're going to get some bodies back for Chicago.
Need to win that series. And if you win the Chicago series, you're feeling really good.
Man, I'll read these, and these are from Fangraphs, and I don't always believe in these, because like I said before, when I said 50-50 for the Yankees, I think their playoff odds were 10%, but they don't factor in what could potentially happen with either a trade deadline or winning a 10-game streak or something like that. Right now it has the Rays at a 48.4% chance to win the division. So, BBD, you know I'm not a math guy. Never been labeled a math guy.
Right.
That means if you were a gambling man or if you got Vegas odds, the best money, if you got Rays or the field in the AL East, Red Sox, Yankees, Jays, it would be Red Sox, Yankees, Jays. Does that make sense at all? Kind of not really,
If it was just straight
right?
up pick Rays to win division, yes, no.
Which, man, that's a bizarre way to look at it. And probably not right.
Yeah, they might have that over at DraftKings.
DraftKings, love
That's
them.
a freebie.
Freebie. It has the Rays 83% to make the playoffs, Red Sox 71, Yankees 51, and Blue Jays 47. Man, one of those teams is going to be heartbroken, huh?
Yeah. You're mid-August. They're all mid-August, at least a coin flip to make it.
And I mean,
They can't all make it.
there's a really good chance two of those teams are going to be heartbroken. Like, we keep skipping over the A's, but as long as
are
they
playing
keep winning,
really well.
sheesh, man. AL East is going to be messy.
And let's not sleep on those Orioles.
I'm sleeping on them. Adley Rushman having a nice minor league season. Happy for him.
Just promoted to AAA.
Happy
So,
for him.
Next year.
And then the Rays after the Red Sox, they play the Twins and the Orioles.
And the Yankees are in there, kind of get fat 2-week period.
Golly, man.
Rays about to go there.
Rays are going to win the East?
Well, I guess I hope if they're going to win it enough that last series doesn't matter, and it does matter to the Yankees. I mean, they kind of hate the Yankees, but
So after everything I just said, looking at the Rays' schedule, I mean, as long as they handle Boston, which, hey, Boston's at home.
they have to do it.
Boston needs to win games ASAP. Twins, Orioles,
Is it a 3-game set with Boston?
3-game set. White Sox, Phillies, so that's but that's 5 games. It's a 3 and a 2. Back to the Orioles, and then 4 with the Red Sox. Okay. But then Twins
If they
again.
Play the Red Sox
Red
a
Sox,
lot.
Tigers, Blue Jays, Tigers. Okay, so they do have Blue Jays and Red Sox more down the stretch than I thought. So we can't pen them in yet.
As is that Tiger series is far away anyway, but I guess they're done with their good stretch, but
And by the way, we have Yankee fever right now. They're going to run into a tough stretch at some point. It's just
there's
baseball.
going to be another bad week.
Blue Jays, Rays. It's just going to be the timing of all of it. Fayao says that Oakland has an easy schedule coming up. Let's see that. The Oakland Athletics are playing Cleveland. Yep. And the Texas Rangers. So, yeah. It's a road trip. So, you never know what comes into play there.
They expect to win those series.
And then they have White Sox, Giants, Mariners, Yankees. So the end of August is going to be kind of Oakland's big, let's find out what we've got. The Boston Red Sox. Red Sox fans love hearing from Yankee fans about their team. The pitching. And let's be honest, we host Talking Baseball. We like being biased about the Yankees, and we say that. But we try not to be biased about the Red Sox or other teams. And we try to say that where we can. A little bit of the magic's wearing off. And their pitching has kind of been a house of cards all year. I know Jom had dug into some stats that they hadn't had like a 6-inning pitch, 2 earned run start since X. I think they got one in one of the doubleheaders because wasn't it 0-0 into the 7th or something?
Yeah, whatever the stat line was, the rationalization, at least and Jimmy said for that stat, was it's been like a month since a starting pitcher walked off the mound to
Got
applause.
a good applause. Got a good applause.
To more than golf claps.
A classic metric. I don't know. Boston has had a crazy good year, and they still have some buffer. They still got a little bit of leash to work with, but not a ton.
And they have a couple series that they're circling to get right back into it coming up end of the month.
And man, Chris Sale is supposed to come back Saturday for them, I believe. We'll see what he looks like. Man, the Jays are pitching right now. Robbie Ray, Barrios, Ryu, hell, Stripling, Matz, and Manoah. The Jays have been pitching right now, and boy, do they have a lineup too. Springer, Guerrero, Simeon, Bichette, Teoscar, Dickerson, Gurriel. And if you want, you got Randall Grichuk currently rotating in off the bench. Alejandro Kirk, my short king. Blue Jays are really good.
Didn't realize how good Barrios' starts were.
Yeah.
It's only 2 starts, but they're the 2 starts Toronto has with him.
You'll take them. Breivik Valera's, is he 25 or 29 years old? Can't be 25, right? Let's see if I
can't be less than 40. 29.
Okay, he's 29. Whew, that makes me feel a little better. So, Red Sox Nation, I mean, first is just stop the bleeding. And hey, you're hosting Tampa. You win 2 out of 3. You gain a game, you're feeling back good. But they just got to stop the bleeding right now. I mean, they've only got one guy in their lineup who's been a top 120 hitter the last week, and that's JD Martinez. They lean on their bats, too. So if the bats go, you're having a bad time. What do they got? So they got Erod, Eovaldi, and Pivetta versus the Rays. And that's the thing. Hey, Red Sox fan, here's what you tell yourself. All day today, off day, all day tomorrow. Get 2 out of 3 from Tampa, and then you're playing Baltimore this weekend. That's a pretty easy way to put up a 4-2 week. 5-2 week, whatever it is. Man, they,
Win both series.
I like clicking around Fangraphs, and it shows how good guys are doing this year and recently, and Boston just has nobody had a good week. Not in
Nobody's
the bullpen,
rolling.
not in the rotation, not in the lineup. Nobody had a good week, except JD Martinez. That's nuts. So,
Boston takes care of business this week. They can't possibly feel scared of the Yankees, just given how everything's gone this year.
And
Then
they
they get
shouldn't
Texas,
be.
Minnesota, Cleveland.
they're 10-3 versus the Yankees this year, right?
Yeah.
So if you're Boston, you genuinely shouldn't be scared of the Yankees. And that's not trash talk or anything like that. Oh, they said sales starting on the 12th. So when would that be? What are days? That would
The
be
12th is Thursday.
That would be the Tampa game? Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I mean, that was from the chat, so we'll
And
see if that was right.
I thought the Red Sox account tweeted the 14th.
Someone told me Saturday for the boys. So that's what's going on with Boston.
Let me look.
Stop the bleeding. Beat Tampa, and you got the Orioles, and you're right back to feeling okay, and that's baseball. The Yankees, they took 3 out of 4 from Seattle. They got a little bit of luck. They're pitching really well, like incredibly well. And they had a couple hitters have decent weekends, but they're doing just enough to win. They've needed to win to even get into this conversation, which is good. They've got another COVID spree going on right now. Gary Sanchez, Rizzo.
Cole and Monty still
Cole
out.
and Monty. And just injuries outside of that.
Yeah.
Gio Urshela, who should be back this week.
Domingo, who had a
COVID.
couple good starts.
Domingo. Sevy's rehabbing. So
Chapman's going to miss a week and a half here.
it's going to be really... This sounds dumb, but for Yankee fans, and we obviously do a ton on Talking Yanks, the upcoming 4 games, Kansas City, 3 at Kansas City, and then the White Sox Field of Dreams game. So they have an off day before that.
Off day after.
Excuse me. Off day on Friday. A little funky.
Yeah.
How about
Kind
that?
of excited.
Yeah. Guess that's good. I think I'm supposed to do family stuff Friday. Anyways.
You can.
What do you got to do? You got to go 2-4 there? Like worst case?
For
the Yankees' next 4 games. You can't do a 1-3. Because then you've got 2 in Chicago, Saturday, Sunday. It's okay. That's not bad. That's
Yeah, you got to win the Royals series. I guess worst case you don't have to, but ultimately you win the Royals series.
Honestly,
Hopefully, just Field of Dreams game. I don't know. It's gonna be weird, and then split the 2-gamer in Chicago.
Yeah. Yankees. God, get fat on the Royals, Yankees, because that makes your weekend a lot easier.
And I think then their schedule does pick up.
It's going to be interesting.
So they go. Yeah, because then they have that weird one game with the Angels. That just weird situation. And they have three against Boston.
Ooh.
They get a little respite against Minnesota, Atlanta, Oakland, Angels. All in a row. Angels don't care.
Right. And yeah, Blue Jays are going on a West Coast trip. That's going to be interesting. It's LA and Seattle, which, don't strike fear into you, but West Coast trip, and Seattle definitely has something to play for. LA thinks they have something to play for, so we'll see what goes on there. Long and short of it, people, as we've talked a lot, AL East is fun. Now, East Coast bias. Let's talk some NL East, because that's where the action happened, and it was another potential game of the night. BBD's Phillies. They retire the Doc Holliday jersey. Zach Wheeler drops it on the table. I think he's your current leader for the NL Cy Young. Mets get swept. And holy smokes, man. Speaking of House of Cards, which the Red Sox pitching staff was, let's be honest. A lot of guys that stepped up in their bullpen, we didn't know what to believe. And that started falling. And the starting pitching started falling. The New York Mets are 3rd in the NL East after being in first place for about 3 months. God, they get swept by the Phillies. And man, after losing, 3 out of 4 to the Marlins, they are a game above 500.
They haven't gotten to that brutal 13-game run yet.
No. So they've got the Nats, get fat and happy. But the Braves have jumped them too. The Braves are 7-3 in their last 10. 57-55, 2 games back of the Phillies. So now they are fully in the mix. And the NL East is going to be fun down the stretch. God.
Braves now the only team in the division, positive run differential. They might have been already, but...
Jeez. Let's see, what do they have as the playoff percentages? Man, they have Phillies at 56%, Braves 25%, Mets 20% to win the division. Man, oh man. And the Phillies, we've talked about them a lot. That's not a team you want to run into. Wheeler, Nola, Gibson.
They now have a full playoff rotation.
Ranger Suarez kind of doing it for them. They added to their bullpen. The lineup, plays pretty much everywhere. Bryce Harper's getting in the MVP conversation. Phillies are a dangerous team. Who's doing it for the Braves? I have no idea. I'm going to click over. Braves are playing Cincinnati. That's an important series. We'll talk about some more Reds in a little bit. Freddie Freeman's year has quietly turned into an incredible season.
His numbers are much closer to where
Yeah.
you thought they'd be.
Fangraphs has him ranked as the 5th best player this season.
Huh.
Whoa.
He had a bunch of weird like BABIP stuff early that it seems like he's now caught up to.
Yeah. Man, it looks like the whole team. Looks like they're getting contribution from Soler, Freddie, Riley, Swanson, Duvall, Jock. And pitching side, Max Fried. Okay.
Max is back.
Okay.
Back
The
doing
Salt.
it.
The Salt Man, Charlie Morton, Kyle Mueller? It's got to be Mueller, right? Man. And the Braves play the Reds. So AL East, NL East are going to be wild. I think every Wake and Jake talking baseball, talking Yanks here on out, there's going to be pretty good talking points.
Interesting standings updates.
Now,
And the baseball reference playoff odds thing, which are always skew a bit more drastic than I think the Fangraphs one. But the Phillies 60% to make the postseason. Braves are just under 30. Mets are now below 5% to make it.
Jesus. That West Coast trip, man.
Survive it.
And so circling on everything, the Giants continue to win. They have the best record in baseball, 71-41. My goodness. Dodgers, 67-45. They're 4 games back. Trey Turner started playing for them. Ooh, Dodgers Phillies coming up this week. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Phillies and Mets for the Dodgers. The other fun conversation that we hoped would be a conversation, the Cincinnati Reds are 61-51. They're 5 games back of the Brewers, which
You can start dreaming. I don't know how many more times they play each other.
you can't
but
get excited yet.
I
But
think they have at least 2 more series against them. Which makes sense.
you're in range, which they weren't as of a week ago. And the Cincinnati Reds are 2.5 out of the Padres. So everything we talked about in the
That's
American
useless.
League, where the Yankees and Blue Jays right now, 2.5, 3 games back of Boston, the Cincinnati Reds are in striking distance. They've won 5 in a row. I think they have the highest OPS in baseball. Luis Castillo's been shoving. Jonathan India has been a monster for them. Friend of John Boy Media, Jonathan India. And man,
Reds have the highest OPS in the NL.
in the NL, excuse.
Toronto, Houston, 1-2 in MLB. They get 1 extra real player, so that probably is a factor. Of the 3, 4, 5 are Cincy, Giants, Dodgers. So maybe that's not a thing. Maybe that's accounted for.
Man, oh man. Jesse Winker, what are his numbers? Jesse Winker's like almost a genuine friend of the pod.
Yeah, I really liked him.
Like, I think I could DM Jesse Winker on the gram. I think he'd reply. Jesse Winker leads the NL in total bases. 310, 393,
And doubles.
953 OPS. Jesse Winker's a goddamn stud.
And I think he had, he already had, kind of his slump in July. So,
Yeah,
he's,
he cooled off for a little bit, right?
he had at least, a couple weeks. All-Star break, I think, helped them out.
Baseball is fun. Hot in the streets. What other teams? I mean, we are doing talking baseball after this. Cardinals can't care about you. Angels can't care about you. Mariners, you're making it tough. You're making it tough. I mean, Blue Jays, Toronto Blue Jays have the second best run differential in the AL. Houston and then them. Seattle Mariners are minus 51. It's worse than the Detroit Tigers. So it's just tough to believe in you, Seattle. I love you.
Especially after, like, finding ways to lose in the 3 out of 4 with the Yanks.
Yeah. My Rockies are doing okay. 51 and 61.
I saw one tweet. It was like, they're sneaky, only a couple wins or one fewer loss than one more loss than the Mets or something.
Like the Cubs are a half game better than the Rockies. The Nationals are worse than the Rockies. The Marlins are worse than the Rockies. They're dominant at home this year. Go Rocks. Rock pile, baby. So yeah, that was a lot of baseball. I mean, Cleveland, you're dead. So dead. The most dead. It's going to be fun to watch the rest of the way. And I think what also might be funny is I think it was after the All-Star break, we were doing, like, who's going to get into the conversation. Like, what's going to change. And I think Phillies was the safest bet. Like, the actual math had that.
And they just had schedule.
We were
stuff
hoping
on
for
their
the
side.
Reds. Threw some Blue Jays. To be fair, nobody saw this from the Yankees, but nobody saw them adding Joey Gallo and Anthony Rizzo.
Yeah.
So,
And I guess nobody saw Phillies just kind of going and grabbing it. Right, like in the last week.
I think that's the thing with the Phillies, that everyone thought the Mets' West Coast trip was going to be the test. And they might have gotten tested before then. And
Phillies got hot.
that can change a lot quick. I want to check back in with Atlanta again. Okay, so they got Cincinnati at home. That's a low-key big series. 3 games. And then Washington, Miami. It's a road trip, but those are games good teams win at this point in the season. So I think Atlanta's going to stick around, man. I said the Red Sox got to stop the bleeding. They almost don't. They're still in the playoffs. Like, even if the Rays take 2 out of 3 from you, you have Baltimore this weekend. If you're the Mets, boy, do you have to win these games versus the Nationals. Or you are in for a straight-up bad time. Straight-up bad time. That's a lot of the baseball. I think we're going to do more of that in, an hour or so. Talking baseball. Myself, BBD, Jom, Trevor Plouffe. BBD, we've been the home of Olympics coverage.
Mm-hmm.
God, ESPN doesn't even have, like, an Olympics link anymore. That's how quickly it ends, man. I don't know. They were fun.
I think the people that are into it are really into it. Everything I caught, I liked.
I watched U.S. women's volleyball and U.S. women's basketball. They won late Saturday night, Sunday morning. That was fun. I don't think either was a shocker, but still fun. I don't know. What was like... It goes by quick, man.
Yeah.
And, like, who are the stars?
Like, I can't remember, like, what was the story of the Olympics this year?
Yeah.
Like, usually swimming kind of takes over.
Right.
Like somebody goes on a crazy run. That didn't happen, to my knowledge.
I guess that guy's popular. Who's the U.S. men's swimmer? He won a ton. No. Like, this isn't great. Caleb Dressel. Caleb Dressel. There was the girl from Alaska that won, that she was 17. That was cool.
It's cool.
I don't know. Like, I guess, the Simone Biles thing was a huge story, but
But the story was that
the story's mental health, which is important, but time difference was tough.
Yeah.
Time difference was tough, man.
I guess, I mean, there's the Beijing Olympics not that long ago. It's like, I feel like I didn't feel the time difference then.
Internet's just, like, too big. It's too powerful.
Yeah. It's too easy for me to just go, like, do other stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
pretty locked into the baseball.
Yeah. Yeah, like trade deadline. This was a pretty big baseball time of year.
It's a big baseball time of year.
NBA draft.
Yeah, NBA offseason all happened
Free
right
agency.
now.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So those are like kind of my two things.
That's interesting. 2022 is winter. Do we know where that is?
I've definitely heard it said.
2024 is France, so that'll probably be better, right? Beijing's 2022.
They're getting the Winter Olympics.
February 4th to February 20th.
Which
420.
Nice.
That'll be sneaking up.
Yeah, I mean
That'll be here.
That'll 6
be
months from now.
Spring training. Perfect. And the Super Bowl. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
At least Super Bowl will be like done by the first weekend of that. I don't know what day the Super Bowl is this year, but I'm assuming.
No, what I guess it was, man, like nothing just hooked me. There was nothing like, you gotta watch this beach volleyball match, or you gotta watch this 200-meter sprint, or you have...
Nothing became an appointment.
Like, what was the must-watch TV of this Olympics? None?
No. And, I mean, usually... Like, it's not the story of the Olympics, but usually, like, even the basketball, like, I would seek out more.
Yeah.
And I never did. Only game I, like, really watched was the one easy U.S. win against Iran.
That's tough. Are we, like, dumb Americans right now?
Yeah.
Are we just being rude?
I think there's people that are, like, into the Olympics that are, like, I liked it.
I enjoyed it as a flip channel.
Like we had it on in the office most of the time, and I liked having it on there. It's cool to have a live thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So, sorry, Olympics. U.S. is the best. That's cool. John had a good point. Weekly Dumb. Guess I can't give it away. You're going to have to watch the Weekly Dumb.
See it soon.
So, women's soccer lost. Yeah, I guess... That was the other thing. Early on, I guess when I was more getting into the Olympics, whenever they did this person should be the star and win, I felt like they didn't.
Yeah, just like something happened.
Like Katie Ledecky's first race, like she lost. Which, again, I think she got the silver medal, so now I'm...
Lost is a
now
tough
I'm
word.
1,000% being obnoxious.
But as an observer.
And then I think even like Caleb Dressel, I think one of his first races, he didn't win the gold. I don't know. And then my girl Shikari, like she should have been there. I would have watched her. I would have either woken up or stayed up late to watch her.
I'm surprised they didn't end up doing like funny business to get her back in. Like after she like then became
so dumb.
Because like getting the suspension and whatever, they kind of made her appointment viewing as a dummy like me.
Dummy.
So that if they did some funny business, get her back in, that would have gotten the dummies like me to tune
views. Yeah, I don't know. I guess good job doing the Olympics while there's another like COVID spike and everything. And it was a good flip channel, but nothing more. Which normally it's like, you got to watch this.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's living on Twitter, or I don't know if that's just missing
maybe
it.
Part of it is that I've never seen a league attack, like putting videos out like the Olympics does.
Yeah. Also true.
First Olympics I've had in the with Twitter working the way it does.
Right.
At least with me using it.
2024 France. Paris, I believe. Maybe I'll go to that.
Might as well.
I'd like that. We'll see. Can't write it in pen.
Yeah.
I'm not writing that in pen. One of my friends sent a line. He was pretty drunk last night, and he said some kind of rude words about the French. Not offensive, but just like... Let's see if I can say it on the air. On the air, he says... yeah, I mean, if this isn't the definition of a drunk text of someone with too much American pride, I won't say who
weird.
it was. He said, 2024 is going to be a smelly-footed frog fest. Fuck does that mean?
Just being rude to the French.
It's just rude. It doesn't even make sense. So, get excited for that, I guess. That's full Olympic coverage. They did some Hall of Fame stuff last night. Charles Woodson.
Was it a combo
Peyton
with
Manning.
with last year?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably.
My friends and I were at Saturday, and we were like, I forget which guy it was now, but one of my friends was like, I thought he got inducted last year.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, well, they probably just didn't do it.
Drew Pearson, maybe, one of the 88s for the Cowboys. I don't know. Again, I told BBD to look it up. The picture of Peyton and Tom Brady. Peyton Manning is in the gold jacket, and he is just covered in sweat. Like, through the shirt, sweat lines down to the rib cage, just drenched.
I've never seen that.
And standing next to him is his lifelong competitor, Tom Brady, who looks cool as a cucumber. And by the way, won the Super Bowl last year and is going to try to win one this year. I think it's Tom twisting the knife, man. Peyton was sweaty.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
Peyton was sweaty. BBD's going to get the picture for you guys. Because it's just too sweaty.
It's too much.
Like, it looks borderline Gatorade bath. Yeah, I mean, okay, so we have it on the screen now. You know, so he's got the jacket and a tie. And it almost looked like he's wearing a two-tone shirt. But from the under boob and up, it is drenched in sweat. Drenched in sweat. While Tom Brady has like just a white shirt and looks happy and as comfy as can be. Like, I think Tom Brady being there, almost rude.
So rude.
Like, oh, you're retiring. You're in the Hall of Fame. I'm still playing. Whoops.
Yeah, like they're... And maybe by the end, I don't know how much longer Tom's got. I guess he's got forever.
Forever. Unlimited.
But in theory, Peyton is the one that was the one-to-one comp.
Right. Because for a while, the conversation was like, you know,
That was always the
Peyton
playground
Manning
debate.
still the best quarterback ever, but Tom had Belichick and blah, blah, blah. Peyton is 45, Tom's 44, and Tom Brady's 44? What are we doing? Sheesh. Good for you, Tom. Drew Brees retired, right?
Yeah.
What's New Orleans doing at quarterback? Is it
I
Hill?
think they brought back Jameis. Did they?
New Orleans QB depth
We
chart.
definitely covered it at some point.
Stumbled into something here.
Yeah, they brought back Jameis.
So Jameis,
I think,
Taysom Hill.
I think Breeze missed a couple weeks 1 week, but they gave it to Hill instead. That was the story. So you
Right.
didn't let Jameis just start and let Hill keep doing the gimmick stuff.
Right. Okay, so we got into the Saints there. Good for Peyton Manning. But yeah, I do think this is Tom Brady being rude. So, BBD, that's the sports, more or less. I think NBA Summer League, whatever. BBD, let's go to the comment of the day. Bakers, good app last episode. 2K views on the YouTube alone. Appreciate you guys. And some great comments. Tom Ace, who's always here, my guy, gave us a great job on WFAN. He said he wished I sang, showed my singing chops because I have the voice of an angel. Yeah, that's next time. You got to keep them coming back, you know. The comment I really liked. Yinkto said, this show went from discussing the management of the New York Knicks to who eats squirrels in a matter of seconds. Gotta love it. And yeah, that's exactly what we're going for. And then Ryan Zemluk said, Miami and the Bulls are going to be interesting to watch this year. My sister asked me 25-plus questions about basketball while listening, so glad we sparked the convo between you and your sister.
Created a lifelong basketball fan.
So thank you guys for commenting. Keep baking the algorithm. We're up to 354 subs. 354. Do we set a goal? Do we want 5 by the end of baseball season or the regular season? I don't know.
Let's get 4 next.
Just keep doing it. Keep doing it. Michael V in the chat. I do normally give golf love. Abraham Answer got his first PGA win. Good for him. He's not getting a bro of the night, which leads
I saw
us to
people are being rude to DeChambeau, and he's rude to himself.
Yeah,
and everyone.
Always
Not liked.
And I think Abraham Answer is a semi-short king. Let's get an Abraham Answer height. 5'7". Let's go. My short king. Let's get it, dude. Love that. He is not my bro of the night. My bro of the night, I think I'm going to give it to Snellzilla. I love me some Blake Snell. I cannot believe how 30 minutes in front of a microphone changed how much I liked him. He's been having kind of a bad year.
He hadn't fully gotten it going.
And he dominated my Snakes the other night. 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, 13 strikeouts. His last 2 starts, he's been over 100 pitches. I don't think Blake Snell can say that over the course of his career, right?
How many times has he 2
Definitely
in a row?
not. And he had another good start. He had a good start against Oakland. 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run.
At Oakland, that you will take that, given where he was at that point in the year.
So, yeah, he had a 5.44 ERA through July. He's now had back-to-back good starts. Joe Musgrove has been pitching well for the Padres, and if they want to hold off the Reds now, because I don't think they're catching the Dodgers or the Giants.
No, they need to keep their spot.
You're going to have a 1-game playoff if you hold off the Reds, and it's either going to be Darvish, Musgrove, Snell. The Padres are a team you don't want to run into. We'll see if Tatis comes back. I like Snell. He pitched well. Rhymes. BBD.
My bro of the night. It's for the paperwork that doesn't get filled out. It's going to the Portland Trailblazers.
Okay.
But it's going to a trio of guys playing on their summer league team. That my brother brought 2 of them to my attention. I knew about one of them.
Okay.
There are 3 guys playing on their summer league team that are full NBA players.
Okay.
Except not anymore, because that's why they're playing in the summer league team.
Right.
Michael Beasley's there.
Yes.
He's the most exciting one. Emmanuel Mudiay trying to catch on again.
Love movie.
Playing there. And the one that really shocked me, Kenneth Faried is playing in summer league. And I appreciate the Blazers putting together a roster that I do kind of want to go watch those guys.
Yeah.
So I'm in.
Wow. Yeah, NBA Summer League is a funny thing, man.
I feel like that it is very rare that Summer League gets guys who are trying to get back in.
Right.
That's usually not their avenue back. It's guys trying to prove it for the first time.
And it's tough because, it is made for young players, but if you're Kenneth Faried trying to actually make the Trailblazers, it's kind of your best foot in the door. And yeah, there was a good video on the interstate of THT. Horton Tucker?
Taylor Horton Tucker.
Taylor Horton Tucker.
Taylor Horton Tucker.
What's his first name?
Talon.
Talon. That's what I thought, but I didn't. Tucker, more of a first name than Talon.
Yeah.
I had a dog named
Just
Tucker.
Tucker Horton Talon.
Yeah, that would be weird, I guess.
Be a little weird.
Horton Tucker. 20 years old, showed up to a summer league game like LeBron would. Like he had sandals on, like fanny pack, chilling. So yeah, that's good balance. That's good. BBD's Trailblazers. They're always interesting. Chauncey?
Yeah.
It's still Dame and everyone, right?
I think Dame had like a weird quote about them
It was like a whole thing.
not getting free agents they wanted. Melo's gone.
Interesting. Good bro of the night, BBD. I think that kind of brings us home, right?
Yeah.
I saw someone ask the link for the Blake Snell episode. It was a Chris Rose rotation. It was one of the first ones.
He was the first.
Maybe
Rose
first
rotation
guest.
guest.
First guest on the Chris Rose rotation. They have a new episode out today with Stephen Brault after he made his debut for the Pirates this year after being hurt all year. So much stuff across the network. Talking baseball going live less than an hour. Talking Yanks, a lot of fun conversation. Winning and roster management and all of it. Go check that out. Talking Giants episode a day.
I think they just did.
How about it?
Very recently did the Galladay PPP.
Ooh, banged up a little bit. Bobby Skinner will be up in the office this week. That should be fun. Pinstripe strong. John Boy Jake TV, we're playing some hockey. You don't want to see Poppy on the hockey court. Everything.
Farm to Fame.
Farm to Fame. Talking Nets, some Knicks, all of it. The breakdowns are good.
Something new really soon.
Check. Uh-oh. Might be a big reveal tomorrow.